I collapsed. It was not metaphorical. It was physical. I was down. Sudden, painful, unsettling, exhausted, vomiting. Where was I? I was part way up Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. And I wasn't quite sure. Because after all, on the surface, this is supposed to be kind of like a fun thing, right? You go through 5 ecological zones, right? There's so much beauty and there's achievement. It should be kind of cool. It's at the summit. What you go to get to the summit, you get to contemplate the roof of Africa, the highest spot on the continent. That sounds like an adventure with achievement, beauty and accomplishment. But it does not encapsulate the full relevance of the experience. It's kind of hard to explain fully and completely. But when you're unable to breathe, there's low oxygen, acute altitude sickness, and they're losing 11 pounds in 8 days. It's really tough. Very, very difficult. But there is a system in your body that says, we want you to survive, so we'll let you drop and you're face down flat in the snow. The body reaches the limit, essentially. And for a moment lying there, 2 days away, looking up at the summit, I don't want to give up. I would like to get there. Really would like to get there. The problem is that there is no comfort. There is no shortcut. There is no choice. Or maybe just one choice. Go back down or continue going up. The realization that also hit me when I'm not moving, snow, nice cold snow in my face, okay, is that I realize that there's something that we all probably believe in. We all go to school, we all want to make money, we want to be comfortable with good energy supply. It's to help us. And comfort is wonderful. Comfort is typically the goal. Comfort is intoxicating, in fact. Comfort is when we relax, have fun, enjoy the world. And when I was sitting there, I was going, wait a minute. There's some cognitive dissonance. I'm not sure I understand what's going on. Because comfort is not the goal, is what I'm going to suggest today. And we'll talk more about the implications of that. We'll draw this conclusion together and think about it. My proposition is that it's in the way. Comfort is in the way. So comfort hinders our ability to accept the experiences and to grow from them systematically and to reap the benefits of better judgment, increased competence. And yes, in our society today, maybe comfort is everywhere, but growth, no. So each day, what we're missing are these personal improvements that are possible. And we really want to see if we can capture them each day, possibly impact our lives. Personal achievement, financial success. We want them. They do not come for free. And we want our lives to be more meaningful to ourselves to start with. And we'll soon see it can expand. After the climb, I noticed a shift in how I perceived my abilities, my consciousness. Things that once felt kind of difficult didn't seem quite so intractable anymore. Walking with my wife for a mile used to be hard. Now she's together. We're doing 5, 6 miles every time. My internal capacity expanded. In a sense, I had the ability to recalibrate my body and my existence and my capability mentally. And so what's the important thing here is that the world doesn't change. You change. I change. This is what's really important. So, why do we ask questions like, why is this happening to me? Why do we ask questions? Why don't we ask questions about why and what is this challenge building in me? Why can't I take advantage of this thing that's happening? So let's take a quick look at psychology for a moment. See if we can understand it. I package this for a bit. Psychologists Richard Tedeschi and Lawrence Calhoun in 1996 produced a paper that talked about post-traumatic growth. We're all familiar with other kinds of post-traumatic activity, but this is growth. And one of the things that they realized is that not only is there trauma, challenge, adversity that impacts us, but if we're prepared and we have the right attitude, we become more resilient and stronger because it's adversity. And this is very important because if we have the right attitude, adversity becomes a gift. Okay, not something we have to endure. I have seen this for over a decade at Westchester University. Love the university, students are terrific. I bet you what I'm going to say is not just true for Westchester, but for many campuses and in fact the communities, many communities we're living in right now. And that is that we're looking for comfort. We're looking for the easy way out. I can tell you, my students, they love something called, have you heard of it? AI? It gives you all your answers very, very quickly. Garf. Their attention span is dropping. Just look at how much time they spend on screens. This does not bode well for the need to think deeply to solve community problems and our national and international challenges. Question, are they really learning? Are we really learning? Maybe they're missing the opportunity. Maybe we're missing the opportunity. Because adversity is not something to be avoided. Maybe adversity is something to engage. Now, if challenges come to us and we accept the struggle, and gosh, everyone knows there's so much struggle up there in the world, we can decide to adapt, to learn, to become more resilient, and grow as a result. The nice thing about growth is it's compounded, just like a bank account. It gets better and better each and every day. We get stronger and we get more confident. It really is terrific. And so one thing I decided to do with the family was how can we try to help people? Because not everyone could go to Kilimanjaro. And not everyone wants to fall flat on their face. Okay. So we decided to build a very special place called Obstacle Quest, also known as Tribe Obstacles in Chester Springs, not very far from here, on our farm. And here's a special environment designed specifically to provide structured challenges that provide an opportunity for everybody aged 6 to 86 to grow. I think this might be physical. Think again. Because visitors struggle. They question their ability to continue, and then they eventually find a way forward. And this is metaphorically. And we see that adversity does not specifically teach us a skill, but actually provides us and helps shape our identity going forward, helps us understand who we are, but more importantly, what things we can handle. And we can handle more and more if we keep on adding little bits every day. It shakes our identity. Because let's just think for a moment, just very quickly. Well, we all know Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling was rejected 12 times by their publishers. Oprah. Many of us here know full well. Mississippi growing up, it ain't easy. There's a lot of adversity there. Michael Jordan gets cut from his high school varsity team. And these are people that accepted the adversity in a sense like a gift. Okay? And they took full advantage of it. So this brings us to a really important question that I'd like to share with you today. How do you contemplate? What if the thing that all of us have in our personality and in our lives that we're avoiding right now, that we don't want to do, oh, no, not me, not now, is actually the thing that is the most important thing maybe in your life to contribute to your growth, to contribute to where you want to be and can be. So, if that's going to happen, and only have a little bit of time with you, we need to come together as a team and come up with an action plan. All right? So let's do that. Action plan, a quest. We're going to call it an obstacle quest. Obstacles, adversity, challenges. Let's put it together. We're going to plan so that adversity becomes our friend forever. 3 steps. Step number 1. I want you to deliberately choose your challenges, your obstacles. You're the owner. Go for it. One of the most powerful shifts that we can make in our lives as individuals is to take adversity straight on. And instead of choosing it, we choose it with intention, with deliberation. We could, in fact, collect obstacles, collect adversity, start comparing them, start measuring them, start developing criteria, and become a master at these things. Because after all, adversity is not equal, and our perceptions of it are going to differ. So let's get real good. Let's start teaching about adversity in schools, maybe. The key, though, is to select challenges that are just a bit beyond, not really hard things. People don't do what? Kilimanjaro, 19,003 to 41 feet. You can just do things simply in your own home, in your own environment, in your own job that are just a little bit hard, but do not say no. You have to go with gusto for those things. This to take many forms, by the way. Obviously, the metaphor is physical here, but it could be mental, it could be social, it could be intellectual. All works fine. The main thing, the key thing for growth that we have to remember is it has a requirement. It has to have friction. There has to be pain. There's got to be some scars that are formed. Otherwise, it's not worth it. It's simply not worth it. Okay? While on Kilimanjaro, I was not avoiding dams, the adversity. I realized that I was actually stepping into this adversity. So it was actually very easy. When I come back up with a bit of help from the porters, that I'm going up. I got 2 more days. I'm going up. I'm going to get up there. And so that brings us into step number 2, which is actually harder. Step number 2, reframe the moment while you're getting it. This is difficult because when bad stuff happens to us, what do? We resist it. We try to avoid it. And this is not my day for this. So thank you very much. But that's not what we have to do. We're going to learn to respond in real time. We're going to do, in the middle of this adversity that we're going to try to normally resist, we're going to ask the question. We're going to ask the question that is, instead of, why me? Why is this happening to me? You're going to say, because after all, we should be good at it. You're selecting, you're picking these challenges. What is in this process, activity, event, this building that's getting me stronger? And focus on that part of it. Reframing is more productive and aligns with what we know about psychology. Let's take advantage of it. Let's make it work for us. It's not the hardship that counts. It's not the hardship that builds calluses. It's not the hardship that allows us to grow. It's our attitude. It's how we receive the meaning and how we label it and how we make it, we turn it around and be our friend. So we can now build. Step number 3, we're going to build a personal adversary. A personal adversity practice. We are going to build, this is important, albeit a personal adversity practice, which I like to call an obstacle quest. Hey, we're all knights. We're all on our journey. We only have one. We might as well do a good job of our journey, right? What we want to do is think of it as a continuous, not occasional, an ongoing practice of looking at hard things on a very regular basis. Not extreme things. Honest activities. Over time, they compound. You find yourself recalibrating. And all of a sudden, these difficult things, they're actually no longer that difficult. It extends your capability set. You end up finding out that you become more valuable, not just to yourself, not just to yourself. All of a sudden, people are patting you on the back and you're more valuable to your pet. You're more valuable to your employer. You're more valuable to your community. So the principle behind this whole process I'm suggesting is that you know who you are today. By introducing adversity, you become someone different. And you begin to discover something amazing, which is who you can be. I sometimes think, what would happen if I had just decided I can't go any further and started going down the mountain? Versus today, I can walk 6 miles. That's pretty good. How? So the idea is that we'll be better prepared for the rest of our life. More alive. More human. People. So remember, these obstacles are not the objective. The objective is to repeated exposure to challenges on an ongoing basis, because adversity reveals you. Seek what stretches you on an ongoing basis, so that adversity becomes something we practice, not something we avoid. It stops being an interruption in our life and becomes a tool to shape our life. So let's finish up with a call to action. What should we do? How do we translate this? Nuts and bolts. In the next 24 hours, I want you to choose something that you've been avoiding. Something that I don't even tell people. I don't want people to know. And write it down. And darn it, you are going to do it. By hook or by you're going to do it. And guess what? The day after that, do another one. And the day after that, do another one. And you will find that you're getting good at accepting adversity as your friend, and that you have an opportunity to become the king or queen of your quest. Good luck.